Oh man, this is crazy.
Hey, it's Tim here with Expert Power Wash. Got another skid here to show you guys. This one is actually personal. So this is going out to a friend of mine from Arkansas, Landon. Had some unfortunate events to where his skid caught on fire. And I'm gonna try to throw some video and footage in towards the end of this skid tour so you can kind of see what he went through and what we did to get him up and rolling and back in business. So this is really exciting. This has been a long journey through insurance and planning and making this thing all happen for him, but we're excited the day is here, and I'm going to show you the skid. Let's take a look.
The whole thing is toasted.
All right, so this is our 8-foot workhorse skid. This one is a very personal build for me. Like, as I mentioned, this is going out to Landon in Arkansas. He had an unfortunate event where his skid caught on fire, and he needed equipment fast and he needed it replaced. So this is what we come up with. So super excited to get this out to him. One of the biggest surprises that we're surprising Landon with, he does not know right now. At the time of recording this video, he is up in the sky in an airplane. His insurance budget only allowed for manual reels. We were trying to get used equipment covered and trying to get a comparable replacement, and that only allowed for manual reels. With Landon being a friend of mine, I couldn't let him go down like that. So this is a big surprise. I paid for these out of my own pocket, and I'm super excited to kind of surprise a friend with some electric reels. So we got 3 of them here, 3 Titan electric hose reels. We'll start over here at this one. This has the stainless steel manifolds in it. So you gotta be careful when you buy these. Make sure you get them from a reputable dealer, because if you don't, sometimes you'll get the cheaper ones and they won't be stainless steel inside. So these ones are the good ones. We're not gonna cheap out on you, Landon, when you watch this video. We're setting you up right. So this is an ST510 gun, polypropylene. You can see that there's a swivel here. These are stainless steel, all stainless steel nozzles here. We got 4 different nozzles, 0 degree, 15 degree, 25 degree, and 40 degree. If you look at the way that we do these all go in a nice straight line. It's the little details like this that I think really matter. So this is stainless steel, this is stainless steel. Everything's on a quick connect, so you can easily change your nozzles. And if I didn't mention, this is 200 feet of soft wash hose. This is our soft jet. This is our top of the line stuff. So we're not putting any of the ag hose, cheap stuff on here. This is good, high quality stuff. We'll go on over here. This is the Flow Pro, and you can see that we've set Landon up righteous with the aluminum, brand new aluminum mounts. I got a video on the channel about these. These are a lot better than the old style, the plastic ones, the 3D printed ones. So he has these upgraded, and we got them set up with a full downstream system here. Going over here, this is the second Titan 18-inch reel. Got the ball valve swivel. Everything's on quick connects. Stainless, 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 stainless. You can easily take this off. This has a real Mossmatic swivel on it. Super high quality. I joke about this with guys. This is your newbie badge. So once these fall out, it's okay. Throw it in the garbage. Hopefully Landon don't have that on too long. Going on over to the third 18-inch Titan reel. So this has 100 feet of 3/4 inch hose on here. And you want the 3/4 because it's going to be better water flow into the buffer tanks. So we got them good Flexzilla here. We got the crush proof hose. This goes into a Hudson float valve there. Stainless steel swivels, stainless steel internals, just like all the hose reels, all electric. And then going on over to the back here, this is a little detail that is often mixed or missed on other builds that I see. So this allows us to either pull chem, and that's going to pull out of the bleach tank, or we're going to turn this down and pull water. And what that allows you to do is completely rinse out the downstream injector, because everybody knows that it has downstreamed, if you're familiar with that. Once you pull chemical through those and then you just turn it off, you let that bleach sit in there, that's going to corrode up, it's going to fall apart, and that's going to be another fail point. So right here is off. Like I said, up is that's pulling out of the bleach tank, and then down's you can pull water through there. So a nice little detail that we add to our skids with downstream systems. Going over to the back here, not really much to see back here, but everything, this is all 1/4 inch square tube. The tanks lock in here. This is really, really nicely built. This is another little upgrade that we're giving Landon. With being a friend of mine, I kind of wanted to do a couple extra little things for him, especially with the fire. So this is a nice ST 2305 gun. Stainless steel connections here. These usually come with like a Suttner 1500 stock gun with our builds. If you want something like this, we can upgrade your gun. It's going to be a nice soft pull, just a way better operating gun. These guns are about 45 bucks. So 45 plus the 69 that it cost. We could switch those out, and this is a really cheap, easy upgrade that you can do on the skids. So we got there. Going on over here, this is our EPW box. You're going to notice in here there's a lot of stuff going on. So this is his house wash gun. We have nozzles, his Flow Pro remote. We're going to give him a little, going back to Arkansas gift here. We got our little coffee mug. I know Landon loves coffee, so a little Expert Power Wash mug. Hope you enjoy that, Landon. Put some fresh coffee in there as you're heading out with your new skid out to your first job. Got a 24 DC marine grade battery in there. And take a look at this wiring. You know, a lot of people don't show inside what they got going on here, and I want to show you guys. We're very proud of our wiring. We go way overboard on our wiring. So this is a full-size automotive, built in the USA fusible link here. We use true Bussmann fuses, 30 amp, if you can see that. We don't cut corners, even down to the fuses. We're not using Chinese fuses. These are all USA stuff. Everything is all heat shrunk, and these are gluing heat shrinks right here. Everything is all pure tin plated copper lugs. If you look at the way that everything runs through here, everything's clean. Even the circuit breaker here, this is even a USA circuit breaker right here. So you see right there, it says made in the USA. That's not the Chinese Amazon ones right there. These are the good ones. We're not cutting any corners on this stuff. So just wanted to show you that. And then just looking at the lid here, we have a soft wash percent guide here. This is going to give you a general idea of where to start. And then right here, this is brand new. Landon skid is going to be the first one, but we have a recommended maintenance guide here. So this is going to let you know how to run this thing, what to do, how to maintenance it, and that's all going to be right here. If you have any questions about that stuff, feel free to give us a call. But we want to provide the most amount of support. Make sure you guys are as successful as you can be out there in the field when you're running our equipment. 7-gallon soap tank. And then we didn't talk about the tanks back here, but we have a full 100-gallon bleach tank. A lot of times people will be running 55s on here. So this is going to give you a lot more capacity here. You're going to be able to do a lot more jobs with the bigger bleach tank. And then we have two 100-gallon slim tanks here, and these are the water tanks. So take a look down here. This is where it pulls out right here, and then over on the other side, these two tanks are tied together with some heavy-duty plumbing. With tying these tanks together, instead of just using a 200-gallon tank, it limits the ability for the water to slosh. So these are about 12 inches wide, and the water only moves around. So if you have a big enough truck to where you can haul water, these are really, really convenient, and they work really well for hauling water. It's like 2,500, 3,500 trucks. This is our Pro mixer. So there's a lot of upgrades on this thing that is outside the normal mixing systems that I see. So this is 3/4. This is a 3/4 mixing valve, 3/4 check valve. This is all 1/2 inch for the soap, and then on over to the bleach. This is 3/4 as well as this is 3/4. So this mixing manifold, this is all 3/4. So all the chemicals pull up here, and they're able to mix in this manifold block, and then this goes into the pump. This is our 3-way rinse valve. So you got chem, and then you got water. So what this does is it allows you to pull fresh water into your bleach line. By doing that, that's going to preserve this. It's going to last a lot longer. It's going to make your pump last longer. If you leave 12.5 bleach in this system and you let it sit in there, it's going to corrode this all up a lot faster than what it normally would if you're just pulling regular water through there at the end of every job. So nice little thing that we add to our mixers. We'll get around to the back at the pump there once we get to the inside of this skid, but we'll go on over here. This is a custom built GX 690. If you look at a few of the things that we do with ours, I'm going to jump over here on this side. This has a K7 unloader. This makes using this machine a lot more pleasurable. So you can see most unloaders are mounted here to the pump. We've relocated that and then block mounted it here. So that takes all the stress off of the pump, as well as having this type of unloader. When you pull the trigger, it's a nice gentle pull when you pull the trigger, versus like a VRT3 unloader. When you pull the trigger, it's going to jerk you back like a shotgun. And there's a lot of situations where that wouldn't be a good thing, especially if you're up on a ladder or somewhere where you could fall. So we take all the kick out of the pressure washer and make it a bit more of a joy to use. You have the authentic Honda exhaust here. They say that these things add a horsepower. I don't think it's really that measurable or something that's going to make that big of a difference, but it is an authentic Honda exhaust. And I think when you're using authentic parts, this is a lot of engine builders will use like an aftermarket Chinese type of exhaust here. This one is the actual, like I said, the Honda authentic exhaust there. This is a general pump. This is the gearbox. So the way that we have these things set up, you can look at the footprint. These are a real small, compact footprint, and then you're not worrying about having to tighten up belts with the pump because you have this gearbox that does a lot of what the belt and the pulley system would normally do. A couple other little details over here. You see we got like 45s here. We could have ran this hose directly in and then had it do like a wide curve, but just having the right parts, doing some of the extra things to make these builds just a little bit more nicer and more flowing, and for lack of better words, it just works better when you use the right stuff, even if it costs a couple bucks more to put the right part in. All right, so the pressure washer, here's the front of it. You have an hour meter here. This is super nice. A lot of the Chinese pressure washers, they don't have where you can look at your hours. That's super important for maintenance. So like if you're changing your oil, or you want to know when to change your pump oil or your gear oil, you can look at that and keep a maintenance log and know exactly where you need to change your oil as far as hours. All right, here's the back of the skid. The biggest thing right here, this is an 8-foot skid. Notice we have about 2/3 of the bed still available here. We have our filter system conveniently mounted over there, so it's out of the way. We have a slim fuel tank. This is our design. We came up with this. Everything's kicked out as far as the feet, where all the connections go, and this just recesses all neatly back behind this little bar here. So if you look at it, you have probably almost 4 feet of space across, and then like I said, 2/3 of the truck bed still available. So if you want to use your truck for a truck, you can still use your truck. I think that's important. See a lot of guys, they'll put like shelves back here. I always wondered with the shelf on the back, how do you get into maintenance something that is like, say, your pump back here? Do you kind of like whittle in underneath and like dive under and then go in and then you do your maintenance and then you have to wiggle your way back out? Or do you like jump in with a ladder and then go in through the top? Not really sure, but we like to make these things completely open. You can get to everything, you can maintenance everything. I'm gonna go in here and show you. Probably gonna leave footprints on Landon's nice brand new skid. We'll get them wiped off. Don't worry, Landon. But here's your pump. I gotta go in here and I gotta change this. I have these nuts right here, and these are on a peg system. So I just unscrew these. Takes a matter of 2 minutes. So these are just snugged up against rubber. These are not the nylon nuts. So these will come off real nice and easy. They snug on there. They keep everything tight, but it's super easy to change. These are on quick connects. The wiring is also on quick connects. So changing out a pump shouldn't take you really any longer than about 5 minutes. And with that, we have the brand new dual control. So this pump has been far superior than any other pump that we've used up to this date. So once we find better things, we're quick to make those upgrades and make sure that we're putting out the best possible products that we can. But this is a dual control. I get a lot of questions. What's a dual control? It basically acts like an internal bypass. It eliminates the cycling and it just runs a lot smoother and it lasts a lot longer. It's more designed for our industry. So we got that in there. Heavy duty switches, heavy duty plates. All of our hardware, I didn't mention it, is all 316 stainless now. So we were using 304. Like I said, when we find an upgrade, we do that quick and we make sure that we're putting out the best possible products we possibly can. So you can see how everything is all running real neat. Like I said, you can get to everything you need to get to, plumbing, Hudson float valve, anything you need to get to, you can walk right in and maintenance anything. Just hit my head. We might not take that out of the video. Just give somebody a laugh in our tour. But yeah. So we have the Whisper Wash in here. Like I said, this is locking. Landon is getting a brand new. Now we did pay for this. We're not giving these away. Brand new Whisper Wash, 19-inch classic. This is our top preferred surface cleaner. They fit right in here. I'll take you around to the other side here. Put this key back in here so we don't lose it. There is about this much storage. You're not going to be able to see real well, but there's this much storage and this deep. So if you have to put an extra hose or something in here, or you need to put like a little toolbox or something, you have a whole nother area here where you can store things. There's a Flow Pro. I didn't really show you that when we were over here on this other side. Nice little system. This is put out by Flow Pro Solutions. Super high quality, good stuff there. We've been using these for years. Let's take a look at the plumbing down here. So you can kind of see how we've done this. This is all heavy duty banjo. This is 1.5 inch. All these fittings here, these are all banjo. These are heavy duty polypropylene fittings. I've seen some cheaper ones. The cheaper ones are a lot thinner and you can actually bend them. So these are the heavy duty ones. We have the heavy duty. These are the clamps from Spain that we use on here. All stainless steel, all the way around. I mean, everything on this thing is top of the line. So we're excited to get this out to Landon today. He is on his way, getting ready to run to the airport and pick him up. But if you're interested in something like this, give us a call. We'll put all of our contact information on the video and down below. And if you like this content, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Guys, I finally made it to Oregon. We have arrived to the Expert Power Wash headquarters. Tim surprised us with an 8-foot workhorse skid built to the Expert standard. I'm not going to go through and tell you all the things that he did. You can go to his YouTube channel, but he surprised us, went above and beyond. I cannot recommend Tim and his company and family enough. They are the best. Thank you so much, Tim.